She opened one door as a child and unleashed a demon that haunted her family for decades. Now she's going back to finish what she started. Let's begin. The story begins in 1953 in the small town of Five Keys, New Mexico. Young Elise Rainier lives with her mother Audrey, her father Gerald, and her younger brother Christian. Since she was a little girl, Elise has been able to see ghosts and spirits. To her, seeing supernatural beings feels completely normal. Sometimes she cannot tell if the people she sees are alive or dead. Although this ability seems like a gift, it creates serious problems in her family. Her father Gerald hates her strange power and punishes her whenever she talks about ghosts or spirits. Her mother Audrey has a different opinion. She believes Elise's gift is special and will one day help many people. One night, Elise describes the death of a prisoner at the nearby prison. Only the prison staff know about the incident. Gerald becomes furious after hearing what Elise says. To stop the argument, Audrey tells Elise and Christian to go to bed. When Audrey enters the children's room, she notices toys scattered all over the floor. She asks Elise why the toys were not put away. Elise calmly says that the spirit of a young boy lives in the room. She explains that the boy's ghost often plays with their toys. Audrey believes her daughter without questioning her. Before leaving the room, Audrey gives Christian a whistle. She tells him to blow it if he ever needs her, and she will come right away. Later that night, Elise cannot sleep. She starts talking to someone she believes is Christian on the top bunk bed. A moment later, she realizes Christian is actually asleep on the sofa. The top bunk is completely empty. Suddenly, Elise sees a young boy run into the closet. She follows him and begins talking to the spirit. Christian wakes up and sees Elise speaking to someone he cannot see. He becomes scared and hides in the bunk bed. He reaches for the whistle his mother gave him, but the whistle has mysteriously disappeared. The ghost of the young boy is sitting right behind Christian. The spirit is blowing the missing whistle. Elise gently tells the ghost that they do not want to hurt him. Christian asks where his whistle has gone. The frightening sight makes Christian scream in terror. Gerald and Audrey immediately rush into the room. As always, Gerald blames Elise for everything. He says all the family's problems are caused by her ability to see spirits. As punishment, Gerald locks Elise alone inside the dark basement. Elise cries and begs not to be left there by herself. While sitting alone in the darkness, she suddenly hears the voice of a child calling her name. A mysterious voice leads Elise to a strange red door she has never seen before. The unseen voice tells her to open the door and promises to bring her light. Scared of darkness, Elise takes the key hanging nearby and unlocks the door. She does not know that the red door is a gateway to the Further. The Further is a dark world filled with lost spirits, evil demons, and dangerous supernatural creatures. By opening the door, Elise creates a passage between the human world and the Further for the first time. As soon as the door opens, the KeyFace Demon escapes. The demon feeds on fear, pain, anger, and hatred. After being released, KeyFace begins spreading its evil influence around Elise. At the same time, Audrey feels that something is terribly wrong. She quickly runs to the basement to find her daughter. As soon as she arrives, a supernatural force attacks her. The evil spirit controls the electrical wires in the basement. Young Elise watches in horror as Audrey dies in a tragic accident. Suddenly, Elise wakes up from the terrifying nightmare. The dream may be a warning that the past she tried to forget is returning. Ever since Audrey's death, Elise has blamed herself. She has carried that painful guilt for many years. After saving Quinn, Elise decides to return to her work as a psychic. She had stopped working because of the terrifying events involving the Bride in Black. This time, she is not alone. Her trusted partners, Specs and Tucker, now help her investigate supernatural cases. One day, Elise receives a phone call from a man named Ted. Ted says that his house is haunted. At first, Elise thinks it is just another normal case, but everything changes when Ted tells her his address. The haunted house is actually Elise's childhood home. It is the same house where her painful memories began. Without thinking twice, Elise refuses to take the case. Deep inside, however, she knows something unfinished is waiting for her there. She believes it is connected to the evil entity she released from the Further as a child. Even though it is difficult, Elise finally decides to return to Five Keys. Specs and Tucker travel with her. During the journey, Elise tells them that her mother was murdered. She also explains that the demon wants to use her psychic abilities. She says she must help Ted no matter what. When they arrive, Ted welcomes them into the house. The moment Elise steps inside, old memories come rushing back. She notices that many of her family's belongings are still in the same places. Even so, the house feels cold, dark, and filled with sadness. It seems as if something unfinished is still hiding inside its walls. Ted explains that the house had been abandoned for many years. People in the town believed it was haunted. Even so, Ted bought the house because it was being sold for a very low price. Everything inside the house was included in the sale. As Elise walks through the house, memories from her childhood begin to return. Soon, Ted shows them the room where the strange activity happens the most. To Elise's surprise, it is her old childhood bedroom. Elise, Specs, and Tucker begin investigating the room. Specs and Tucker place cameras and audio recorders on Elise so they can watch and record anything supernatural. That night, Elise stays alone in her old bedroom while Specs and Tucker monitor everything from their van. While looking around, Elise finds Christian's long-lost whistle. She is happy to find it because it reminds her of her younger brother. She puts the whistle around her neck. As she continues searching, Elise feels that someone is watching her. Following a dark shadow, she walks toward another part of the house. On the monitors, Specs and Tucker clearly see the spirit of a woman standing in front of Elise, but when they warn her, Elise says she cannot see anyone. Suddenly, the woman appears behind Elise. The spirit whispers that Elise must help someone before disappearing. A moment later, the woman's spirit takes the whistle from Elise. After calming herself, Elise explains that she saw the same woman when she was 16 years old. Back then, before running away from home, she had seen the woman standing in the laundry room. When Elise told Gerald about it, he accused her of making everything up. He planned to punish her once again. Unable to suffer her father's abuse any longer, Elise left home. She was forced to leave Christian behind. Now, after many years, the same spirit has appeared again. Elise realizes the woman may be trying to tell her something important that she never understood before. The next morning, before continuing the investigation, Elise, Specs, and Tucker stop at a restaurant. It is the same place where Elise and Christian often visited as children. To her surprise, Elise meets Christian for the first time in many years. Christian is there with his two daughters, Melissa and Imogen. The reunion is uncomfortable and emotional. Christian's still angry because Elise left him alone with their abusive father. For many years, he suffered without his sister beside him. Elise understands why he feels that way. She does not argue or try to defend herself. The Christian finally releases all the pain and anger he has carried for years. After saying everything on his mind, he walks away. A short time later, Melissa approaches Elise. She apologizes for her father's behavior. Melissa is surprised to learn that her father has an older sister. Elise smiles and shows Melissa a photo of Christian's old whistle that she recently found. She asks Melissa to show the picture to Christian because she knows it will mean a lot to him. The whistle was a special gift from Audrey to Christian. It is one of the last precious memories they have of their mother. After leaving the restaurant, Elise, Specs, and Tucker return to Ted's house. This time, Tucker goes inside with Elise while carrying an audio recorder. Specs stays in the van to watch everything. As they search the house, they see the spirit woman again. While blowing the whistle she took from Elise, the spirit leads them into the basement. She tries to draw their attention to a hidden spot behind one of the walls. After looking closely, Elise discovers a secret room hidden inside the basement wall. When they finally open it, they find Christian's whistle, but they are shocked to discover a woman chained inside the room. She is weak and in terrible condition. Before Elise and Tucker can help her, Ted suddenly appears with a gun. In panic, Ted admits that he kidnapped and imprisoned the woman. He says strange voices inside his head forced him to do it. Meanwhile, Specs notices from the van that something is wrong, and he quickly runs into the house. When Ted realizes Specs is coming, he tries to stop him. He plans to trap Elise and Tucker inside the secret room before dealing with Specs. In the end, Specs is forced to shoot and kill Ted. Soon after, the police arrive at the house. As everything settles down, Elise looks toward a window. She sees the spirit woman smiling at her. The next day, Elise goes to the police station to give her statement about Ted's case. While speaking to a detective, she suddenly sees someone who looks exactly like Melissa standing behind him. Elise knows it is not a hallucination. She immediately senses that Melissa is in danger. She also believes it is connected to the old house. Without wasting any time, Elise rushes back to the house. Meanwhile, Christian and his daughters return to the Rainier home to search for the whistle. To search faster, they split up. Suddenly, Melissa hears what sounds like her father's voice coming from the basement. She follows the voice downstairs, but when she arrives, nobody is there. Moments later, the KeyFace Demon attacks her. It is the same demon Elise accidentally released as a child. The demon has haunted the house for many years. Its key-shaped fingers have the power to lock away people's souls. The demon uses one of its fingers to lock Melissa's voice. She cannot scream for help, and then it traps her soul and drags it into the further. Not long afterward, Elise reaches the house after sensing something terrible has happened. In the basement, she finds Melissa unconscious and chained up. Elise quickly realizes that Melissa's soul has been taken into the further. They rush Melissa's body to the hospital. Elise prepares to enter the further to rescue her soul. She knows she must bring Melissa back before it is too late. If she fails, Melissa could die. Imogen asks Elise what happened to her sister. Elise explains that an evil demon has lived in the house for many years. She admits that she accidentally released it when she was a child. Melissa is now in a coma because the demon has stolen her soul. Elise also believes the same demon influenced Ted and pushed him to commit terrible crimes. Determined to end everything, Elise promises to save Melissa. She also plans to finish her battle with the KeyFace Demon once and for all. Suddenly, Imogen reveals that she can also see ghosts and supernatural beings, just like Elise. Christian has never accepted her gift. He has always wanted her to stay away from anything related to the supernatural. Even so, Imogen refuses to stay behind. She she insists on helping Elise save Melissa. Later that night, Specs and Imogen search the house for Ted's Bible. At the same time, Elise and Tucker go back into the basement. While searching, the spirit of the woman appears again. She leads Elise toward an air vent. Inside the vent, they find a nightgown. The moment Elise touches it, she is pulled into a vision from the past. In the vision, she finally learns the truth about the woman who has been appearing to her. The woman's name is Anna. When Elise was a teenager, she saw Anna inside the house. At that time, Elise believed Anna was only a ghost. But the truth is that Anna was still alive. She was desperately trying to escape. The vision reveals that Gerald had locked Anna in the basement. Anna begged Gerald to let her go. Instead, Gerald brutally murdered her when she tried to escape. The terrible truth leaves Elise shocked. She is filled with guilt because she realizes she could have saved Anna without knowing it. After the vision ends, Anna's spirit leads Elise deeper into the air vent. There they discover many suitcases. The suitcases contain belongings that once belonged to Gerald's victims. Elise sadly realizes that Anna was not his only victim. After Audrey's death, Gerald became a serial killer. He kidnapped and imprisoned many young women. Years later, Ted followed the same path. All of these terrible crimes were influenced by the KeyFace Demon. Before Elise can recover from the shocking discovery, the KeyFace Demon suddenly appears. The demon attacks Elise. It drags her soul into the further. Meanwhile, Tucker protects Elise's body in the real world. He knows her body will be helpless while her soul is trapped. Now Elise is trapped inside the further. The others must find a way to bring her back. Among them, only Imogen has the ability to see spirits. She is the only one who can enter the further to rescue Elise. With Tucker's help, Imogen enters the spirit world for the first time. She begins searching for Elise. Along the way, Anna's spirit guides her. Anna leads Imogen to the mysterious red door. Before Imogen enters, Anna gives her Christian's whistle. Holding the whistle, Imogen bravely steps into the darkness. She is determined to rescue Elise. Meanwhile, Elise wakes up inside the further. Chains are wrapped tightly around her neck. She is trapped inside a prison-like cell. Many stolen souls are locked there. Melissa is one of them. Even Gerald's soul is imprisoned there. Soon, the KeyFace Demon brings Gerald in front of Elise. The demon wants to reopen the emotional pain Elise has carried for years. Elise has already learned that her father was not only abusive but also a serial killer. She is overwhelmed with anger, sadness, and disgust. This is exactly what the KeyFace Demon wants. The demon grows stronger by feeding on fear, pain, hatred, and anger. As everything falls into chaos, Imogen finally finds Elise. She keeps calling out to her. Slowly, Elise calms herself. She stops letting her anger control her. At that moment, she finally understands the truth. For many years, the KeyFace Demon has been hiding inside the Rainier house. It has also been influencing people like Gerald and Ted. The demon pushed them to kidnap, torture, and hurt innocent people. The fear and suffering of their victims made the demon even stronger. Elise realizes that her own anger and guilt have also been feeding the demon. As she prepares to fight back, the KeyFace Demon captures Imogen and Melissa. It feeds on their fear to become even more powerful. When the demon attacks Elise again, Gerald's spirit suddenly steps in. For the first time, he protects his daughter. He sacrifices himself to save her, but even his sacrifice is not enough to defeat the demon. Soon, Elise is overpowered once again. She is completely at the demon's mercy. At the last possible moment, Imogen throws Christian's whistle to Elise. It is the same whistle Anna gave her earlier. Without hesitation, Elise blows the whistle. A few moments later, Audrey appears. Just like when Elise and Christian were children, Audrey always comes whenever the whistle is blown. Unlike the KeyFace Demon, Audrey is a symbol of love and forgiveness. She represents everything the demon cannot stand. With Audrey's help, Elise frees Melissa and Imogen from the demon's control. At last, the terror that haunted the family for decades finally comes to an end. After defeating the demon, they begin searching for the way back to their bodies. While traveling through the further, Elise accidentally opens the wrong red door. On the other side, she sees a young boy quietly staring back at her. The moment reveals that the further is not limited by time. People inside it can see the past, the present, and even the future. Soon they find the correct red door leading back to the hospital. Melissa returns safely to her body. Before leaving the further, Elise says a final goodbye to Audrey. At last, she lets go of the guilt she carried over her mother's death. Audrey encourages Elise to keep using her gift to help people. Elise, Imogen, and Melissa then return safely to their bodies. In the end, the KeyFace Demon is finally defeated. After saving Christian's daughters, Elise and Christian forgive each other. Elise returns Audrey's whistle to Christian. The whistle becomes a symbol of healing and forgiveness between them. After leaving 5 Keys, Elise returns home with Specs and Tucker. That night, she dreams about a young boy sleeping peacefully in his bedroom. He is the same boy she saw after opening the wrong door in the further. Outside the boy's window, a red-faced demon slowly approaches him. Elise suddenly wakes up in fear. She realizes it was not an ordinary dream, it was a warning about the future. A short time later, her phone rings. The caller is Lorraine Lambert. Lorraine explains that Elise once helped her family when her son Josh was haunted by an evil spirit. Now another supernatural danger has returned. This time, the victim is her grandson, Dalton. Elise realizes her vision was connected to Lorraine's call. She understands that her battle with the evil forces of the further is not over. Another terrifying journey is waiting for her. With that, the story comes to an end. Thanks for watching. The story doesn't end here. In the next chapter, Elise faces an even more terrifying battle as a powerful evil targets another innocent family. Don't miss the next movie recap. See you there.